say I'm mad for having two Roadsters. Well, guess what? One of the Roadsters needs to go, if not both of them at this stage. And I'm thinking of changing my garage lineup a little bit if I can. But which one should I let go? Is it this, the ultimate bucket list car, the Roadster that is the Porsche Boxster 986? Or the smiles per miles, little fun, cheeky little car that I have, the Mazda MX-5 NC? I'm at a loss. I don't know which one I should keep and which one I should let go of. Now, on the one hand, I absolutely adore this Porsche Boxster. These were about half the cost of a 911 when they were new. But when you consider that Porsche were going through their financial conundrums at the time and developed both cars on very similar platforms and very similar engineering, this becomes an absolute bargain. And that's the thing that's making me hold on to this car. It's a car that I wanted to have ever since I first saw them come out, actually, because I just love the whole philosophy, the ideology of having a small sports car made by people who know how to build sports cars. But then you see, you drive a Mazda MX-5 and you think, well, if it's about fun, then nothing tops that. You see, both cars do the same thing, but they do it in very, very different ways. Whereas the Porsche Boxster does it with an air of sophistication and engineering class that sort of sets it above, I would say, the Mazda MX-5, the Mazda MX-5 does it with so much fun, so much pizzazz, so much bang for the buck. Now, the Porsche Boxster that I own is a very, very good one. It's one of the best ones that I found. In fact, it was the best one that I found at the price point I was looking at. And there were so many of these cars around at the time. The same with the Mazda MX-5 as well. I really did my research. It represented really good value for money at the price point it was at. And that's what made it so compelling to go for that particular car. This one, the Porsche Boxster, on the other hand, I bought it really because it was on my bucket list. Ever since the Porsche Boxster 986 came out, I always fancied one, and I thought one day I'm going to get one. And of course, I went through my menopause, like you do, and I decided to get one. And I haven't regretted it for 1 second. This car has been completely painless to own. I've done a few thousand miles on it, and it's driven faultlessly, and it's been, I would say, pretty much perfect. I've not had to do anything other than routine maintenance with it. And that's, you know, against a backdrop of all the scare stories you hear about pull scoring and IMS pairings and all that kind of stuff, which I cover in my buyer's guide, which is shortly going to come out too. But it really makes me think, letting this car go, is that a fallacy? But then I could say the same thing about the Mazda MX-5, couldn't I? If I let the Mazda MX-5 go, is that going to be a fallacy? Is that something that I'm going to regret? After all, I did have an ND for about 1.5 years and I loved it. I sold the ND and then ended up getting an NC. And am I going to fall into that same trap again where I get rid of the NC and end up with an NB or an NA? I don't know. So that's my sort of minor conundrum that I'm going through in my head right now. This Porsche Boxster is pretty much immaculate, other than one very small piece of crazing on the front bumper, which is quite common on these. The front bumpers just seem to craze if they touch anything. And it was like that when I bought the car. The car is spotless otherwise. It doesn't really have a mark on it. It goes, handles, steers superbly. And you can watch me rave about this on the video that I released quite recently, actually. If you click on the banner that appears on the screen now, you can get to that one. The Mazda MX-5, on the other hand, I have done quite a lot of things to it, but they're all modifications that I've made to try and make it a bit more personalised. And again, if you would like to see my little video on the modifications that I've made, click on the little banner that appears now. Now, I know there's two different communities of people, the MX-5 community of viewers that I have and the Porsche Boxster viewers that I have. And I'd love to know from you guys, which of you can be the most vocal and share your support for which one I should keep, and maybe that might sway me. On the other hand, you might both say just sell them both, in which case I'll sell them both. So it could be as simple as that. But yeah, I mean, seriously speaking, I think the Mazda MX-5 has probably gotten to a stage now where I do fancy a change, and it was very, very much an itch that I needed to scratch, and I went ahead and bought it, made it look like the Hot Wheels car that I always wanted it to look like, and I've done that. But at the same time, this Porsche Boxster was also my bucket list car, and my wife will always say that the bucket that my list is in is about the size of the Pacific. So there is a lot of stuff in that bucket list still that I need to get through in my life. And this Porsche has been one of those things, and like I say, I've loved every second of owning this car. But I think the time has now come. I think cars like this, given it's summer right now, should sell quite well. So maybe I should give it a try myself. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think and whether I should have a crack myself or just give it to a broker and try and make it painless. I have to give a big shout out to Old Colonel Cars and Andy Miller in particular, who sold my BMW 635 CSI a few years ago for me, and it was a completely painless experience. Of course, he charges a fee to do that, but it takes all the hassle away of having to try and do these things yourself. And if you're like me and you don't have time to do most of this stuff, then it can really be a very good way of sort of, using somebody's expertise in selling cars to do it for you. But which car should it be? Should it be the Mazda MX-5 or should it be the Boxster 986? Or should it be both? Let me know in the comments what you think. In the meantime, if you want to see me driving around in these cars, then click on the tiles that appear in front of you now. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.